The most shocking thing about this painting is that Edvard Munch did not paint it once and move on. He returned to this same room, this same pillow, this same dying girl for more than 40 years, as if one memory had trapped him inside the canvas. And the strangest detail is not the face, it is this small contact between the hands. The woman is not saving the child is not embracing her. They are barely holding on, as if the entire painting is balanced on that fragile touch. This is Times the Sick Child, and long before Times the Scream, this may have been the painting where Munch discovered what fear, grief, and memory could look like. If you like art mysteries where one detail changes the whole painting, subscribe now, because this canvas is darker than it first appears. At first glance, the scene seems simple. A sick young girl sits upright in bed, her red hair glowing against a white pillow. Beside her, an older woman bends forward, dressed in black, almost swallowed by the room. There is a curtain, a small bottle, a glass, and very little else. But that emptiness is important. Munch removes everything that could distract us. No crowded family, no theatrical gesture, just two figures, a pillow, and the touch of two hands. The girl's face is almost disappearing into the light. Her eyes are half closed, her lips seem suspended between breath and silence. She is turned toward the woman, but not fully present with her. It feels as if she is already looking beyond the room. Now return to the hands. The woman's head is lowered so far that we cannot really see her face. Munch almost erases her identity and leaves only grief. Her hand rests near the girl's arm, but it does not have the strength of rescue. It has the weakness of farewell. And the girl's hand is even more haunting. It is pale and almost unfinished, as if Munch could not make it solid. This is where the painting stops being a scene and becomes a memory. In real life, a hand is warm and physical. In memory, it flickers. That is why the surface looks wounded. Munch scratched, scraped, and rebuilt the paint. Some areas feel heavy, others run downward like the image is melting. Critics in 1886 expected a polished sickbed painting. Instead, Munch showed them something that looked half destroyed. But that destruction was the point. He was painting the way trauma returns, blurred in some places, painfully sharp in others. The reason was personal. The girl is usually connected to Munch's older sister, Sophie, who died from tuberculosis when she was 15. Munch was still a teenager, and his mother had died from the same disease when he was only 5. So Times the Sick Child Times is not simply a 19th century sickbed scene. It is a memory Munch could not close. Tuberculosis was a constant threat in Europe, and sick children were a familiar subject in art. But Munch's version refuses to comfort us. Look at the white pillow. It should feel soft and peaceful. Instead, it becomes almost like a strange halo, surrounding the girl's head but not promising salvation. The red of her hair burns against it. The greenish blanket below feels cold. The room is full of colors that should not quite belong together. Even the bottle and glass matter. They are small, almost forgotten, but they pull us back to reality. Someone has been trying to help. Time has passed, yet none of it can change what is happening. And this is the central mystery. Is the woman comforting the child, or is the child comforting the woman? At first, we assume the adult is the protector, but the more you look, the more the roles seem to reverse. The woman collapses forward, hidden in darkness. The child remains upright, almost luminous. It is as if Sophie has become the stronger figure in Munch's memory, not because she can survive, but because she is the one he cannot forget. This may explain why Munch painted the motif again and again. He made several painted versions and later transformed the image into prints. The colors change, the textures change, the emotional temperature changes, but the room keeps returning. The hand keeps returning. The question keeps returning. Munch later said that with Times the Sick Child, he broke new ground, and that much of what he made afterward began in this picture. That means this was not only a painting about Sophie. It was the doorway into Munch's world. Anxiety, love, memory, and the feeling that life can disappear while you are still looking at it. This is why the painting feels unfinished, not because Munch failed, but because grief itself is unfinished. A polished version would have lied. Instead, Munch gives us scratches, stains, blurred faces, and one unbearable point of contact. So when you see those two hands, do not read them only as a gesture of sadness. Read them as the painting's heartbeat. Everything else exists around that fragile connection. And maybe that is what makes Times the Sick Child Times so powerful today. It does not show grief as something loud. It shows grief as something quiet, sitting beside someone, holding a hand, and realizing that even love cannot always keep a person in the room. So here is the question. In this painting, who is really letting go? The child, the woman, or Munch himself? Write your interpretation in the comments. And if you want more painting investigations like this, subscribe to the channel, because the next masterpiece may be hiding its secret in an even smaller detail.